We have a complicated relationship with our stuff. It doesn't take a child long to realize that there are things to play with, things to covet, things to possess. Our attachment to stuff only grows as we grow older. One Canadian woman wanted to examine how much she really needed, so she wore the same black dress for an entire year. The University of Alberta studied the experiment and concluded that minimizing our possessions means we rely on less stuff, but we still feel strongly attached to what we do own. The woman actually grew so fond of her dress that she gave it a name, Laverne, because she said it came to be like a friend. There's a passage in the Old Testament that always struck me by its simplicity. The prophet Elisha would often travel through a town and there befriended a couple who decided that to make their friend feel at home, they would make a room for him. Let's put for him there a bed, a table, a chair, and a lamp, so that he can stay there whenever he comes to us. How satisfying would it be, I've often asked, if all I needed was a bed, a table, a chair, and a lamp? This came to mind recently as we packed boxes to move to a house here in Janesville. Oh, there was a bed, a chair, a table, and a lamp, and a whole lot more. Each time I've moved, I've proceeded the packing with a purge. I went all Marie Kondo on organizing my stuff, long before I had ever heard of the home organizing expert. She, of course, was smart enough to write about it and sell millions of books. If I had have written a book, I would have just had to move more boxes full of the unsold copies, just giving me more stuff. But I have pared down my possessions each time I've relocated. I have a colleague who has moved often and still has a full storage unit in one of the cities where he previously lived. The irony, he told me recently, is that he's actually happiest when he's just traveling in his car with only an overnight bag. There's all sorts of psychological advice about the perils of being obsessed with our possessions, envying other people's stuff, using things as a status symbol, buying things we don't need to fill emotional voids. I'll leave that to the psychologists, but I can say that evaluating what we own and what we buy and what we share with others is a spiritual exercise too. To me, the appeal of a room with a bed, a table, a chair, and a lamp is that I can envision being freed there of attachment and distraction, to have a place where there's quiet and simplicity without demand or expectation, a place to think deep thoughts and, perchance, to connect with God. I suppose I'd want a stove too, and a refrigerator, maybe a radio to listen to at night, or a small television if there was a signal. And I suppose if I had a phone or an iPad, I could check in with the world every once in a while. And I might want a closet for a change of clothes. And speaking of clothes, probably really nice hiking shoes and a fleece vest. And I'd want some of my baseball caps. Well, I'd like to talk more about my relationship with stuff, but I've got to get back to unpacking. We'll see you soon.